I feel like every day is like a paragraph in my book, because a year is like a chapter, because you know a lot happens in one chapter. So I feel like today was just a little paragraph. What's up, y'all? My name is Tajay. I'm back in another video, and I wanted to talk about putting your energy into your 9 to 5. Now, I don't necessarily mean when I say that you should be putting your energy into your 9 to 5. All of your energy should not be going to your job. Your job is your job. It is not your life. It is not your purpose. It has nothing to do with what you're going to be doing probably in the next 2 years. Even more than that, a year. I mean, everybody learns that the hard way, but I find it, like, I try to share this with people that I work with now. I'm like, why are you putting so much effort into this job? You're doing all this, and the owner of this business is making $1,000 an hour, and you're making 15. You know what I mean? You have no extra time to do anything that makes you feel fulfilled when you get off this job. For one, because you're gonna go, you're gonna lay down, you're gonna be asleep till damn near nighttime. Then you're gonna have to shower, eat a little bit of food, do whatever little chores you got, and then wake up the next few hours and do the same thing all over again, and still not feel happy because you're doing the same cycle of shit that you don't give a fuck about. Sorry, I'm trying to look right here. I'm looking right here because I'm looking at myself, but I'm trying to look right here so I can look like I'm looking at y'all, you know what I mean? But yeah, I hate when I see that, and I try to tell people that at my job, but I'm like, it's harder to tell people stuff when you're in the same position as them, because they're like, what the hell are you gonna tell me? But I'm like, y'all don't understand, this peace that I feel for not giving a fuck about this is immaculate. When I was 18, I started working at this place that I ended up working at for 5 years. So I worked there until I was 23. When I first started going to this job, I loved working there because it was such a big distraction from everything I had going on outside of work. So I would go there, and I formed relationships with the people that I was working with, and I just thought they were the best people. So I was just like, you know what? I'm going to put all of my energy into this job. And that's exactly what I did until it tired me out and I seen nothing come from it. I had nothing to show for me to put all this energy into this job. And like I said, I was there for 5 years. It's a long time. That's a long time to be somewhere. That's longer than high school. I realized at a certain point, I'm like, I'm putting all my energy into this job and I'm not getting any type of peace from it because I'm still unhappy. I'm not eating. I'm eating once a day. I'm starving myself. I'm broke as hell. I still don't have a car. It took me a long time to get a car. I got to the point where I was like, you know what? This is not for me. And it took me a lot to it took me a lot to get to that point because I was so comfortable with working there and the environment and the people that I was so scared to go out of my comfort zone and just get a new job. And that's I feel like that's just so simple to do now. Like, I don't mind just disappearing. Like, if I don't want to be there, best believe I'm out. You know what I mean? It's nothing to chit chat about. I'm out if I don't want to be there. So, but that was the first time that I had to do that. So it took me probably, I don't want to say 3 years. It took me probably 2.5, almost damn near 3 years to actually build the courage to be like, you know what? This is not meant for me no more. I have nothing else to learn from this place anymore, and I'm ready to start growing. I didn't have a reason. I couldn't grow anymore there. There was no possible way for me to get anything that I hadn't already gained from that job. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna go find another one. And even when I said that, I took so long to find another one because I was still kind of telling myself I couldn't do it. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm just happy that I'm out of that phase. We tell ourselves so much that we can't do it, and the only person telling us that we can't do it is ourselves. And that's what's going to keep you from doing anything that you want. So when I finally got the courage, I did go find another job. And I left my job. I left this job number 1, and I got my other job. Bada boom, bada bang. I end up back without my new job, and I end up back at my first job where I was comfortable at. And I ended up staying there for another year. That was the 5th year that I was there. Very upset about it. Very disappointed in myself. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? After that, I found another job. And I went to that job full time. I was working both for a minute, but I worked this job full time. Now, this job, it was probably one of the best things that happened to me last year, because last year, 2022, was a big year for me. It was probably the best year of my life. Not financially, but it was the best year for me in terms of I started to look at myself differently. I started to believe in different things about myself. I started seeing myself being and having more. You know, I didn't just say it, I really believed it. I started trusting in God. I started praying to him, and I literally seen them play out. I asked him for opportunities. I got an opportunity and I took it. And that opportunity has brought me another opportunity that's coming in the near future that you guys are going to see along with me, because y'all coming on a journey with me. It's getting darker. But I pray for so many things. I prayed for opportunities. I prayed for to get paid more at my job. I prayed for a closer relationship. I prayed for everything that I prayed for. It literally came about. And it did not come about the way that I intended for it to, but it came out the way God intended for it, because that's the way I asked him. You need to be specific when you're asking for stuff. And on top of that, if you're not already grateful and thankful for what you have, you're not going to get anything, because you're not understanding that you're already blessed as a person. When I finally understood that, I started to be more thankful for everything that I had around me. I appreciated everything. I didn't have nothing. I had a lot compared to some people, but in my eyes, I feel like I had nothing. And I kept saying, I wish I had this. I wish I had that. I wish I had that. Right? But when I understood what I did have, and I appreciated what I did have, more came to me, and I seen it play out. And that's just what happened. But that job has brought me so much peace in my heart. It's not even the job. It's just the people that I met from that job. And I guess, yeah, it's the job too, because I learned a lot of skills from that job that I can take with me somewhere else. I learned a lot of things, and I had a lot of talks with somebody who I appreciate, which y'all might end up seeing that person one day, but I don't know. But that job ended up closing, and I looked at that as such a sad thing. But honestly, now that I'm looking at it, that was exactly what God intended. I learned everything I was supposed to learn from that job, and that kept me from staying there. I feel like God kept me from staying there for longer than I was supposed to, because I was comfortable. You know what I mean? Just the same thing I did with the first time. I wasn't supposed to be there longer than the time that I was there. That was the only reason I was supposed to be there. And I gained that. And now where I'm at, let me get into this. Feel like I'm back at square one. Actually, I don't feel like I'm back at square one. Let me clean that up. I work at the same job that I had the first job that I had at a new location, right? When my job closed, the one that helped me out so much, I looked for a job for about a month. It was very hard for me to find a job because I'm in a new city. Nobody wanted to hire me. I kept getting all these denied emails. So I went and I said, you know what? Let me just apply for this, because I know that it's most likely that I might get hired here. Right? I went, I got hired. Dang, I shouldn't have done that. I got hired. I've been there about 2 months. And this is my last month there because I'm moving again. Which, you know. But, when I was going back, when I first started, I said, dang, I feel like I'm back at square one. But it's honestly, I'm not back at square one, because the mentality that I went into it now is I refuse to put all my energy into this job. Why? Because y'all don't give a fuck about me. I'm gonna be honest with you. Y'all don't give a fuck about me. I keep looking right here. I keep saying I'm looking right here, looking at me, and I'm looking at the camera. But this is my phone, so it's like, you don't give a fuck about me. They don't give a fuck about me. The owner don't give a fuck about my mental state at all. You know what I mean? He don't care if I make $20 in a whole week, because he's gonna make 10,000 in a week. He doesn't care. You know what I mean? It does not matter. So when I go to work now, I go with the intentions of, I'm here to do the bare minimum. I have no intention of moving up. You know what I mean? And I don't think you should be thinking like that in every situation. Obviously, if you want to work at a place and your intent is to move up, then you shouldn't be thinking like that. But I have no intention of moving up. I see bigger for me. I don't intend to be here for long and to impress y'all people. I don't want to impress you. I want to impress him. You know what I mean? And by me doing that, scrubbing this floor harder is not going to help me do that. It's not at all going to help me do that. Try to find a way for you to place your energy elsewhere. And on top of that, me not putting all my energy into this job, it has made me feel so much more peaceful. Like, I don't come home stressed out. I don't worry about anything. When I leave that place, I'm not at that place anymore. You know what I mean? I come here, I write in my journal, I listen to some music, I do my face mask, I do some meditating, and I stay in my room and I feel good. You know what I mean? And I dance. I do everything that makes me feel good because I'm not putting all of my energy into this place that I don't care for anyways, that also does not care for me. Then I have energy to place elsewhere in things that do actually make me happy. And I love that for me. And I love that for me so much. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. So I actually tried to record this video yesterday, which was Sunday, because I want to try to record every Sunday. But it was just a lot of music playing yesterday and it was really loud and I didn't want to get copyrighted. So I went to the park. Well, I went to the park to record it, but right before I went to the park, something happened and it just kind of like, it just like shifted my entire mood and I was just I couldn't do it. And I didn't want to get on here and just talk about something that I just wasn't feeling, but it was heavy on me already. But after what happened yesterday, it just disappeared. I was just in a bad mood. I said, I can't just come on here and try to act like I'm just in the mood to talk about this when I'm not. Because yesterday when I tried to talk about it, I did this whole video already. Yesterday when I tried to do it, while I was in that mood that I was in, I was yelling at the camera. I was like, you don't got to do it if you don't want to do it. Like I was doing the most. So, I wanted to start doing this thing also where I tell y'all my song of the week. And I wanted to insert a clip that spoke to me this week. Because I listen to a lot of like podcasts and like motivational speeches. Y'all might see a lot of the same people on the clips because that's just who I'm feeling right now. That's what I want to listen to right now. But yeah, I think I'm starting doing that every video, especially if I start doing one video a week. If I do multiple videos in a week, I'm gonna do only one song of the week and one clip of the week. But this is actually not my song of this week. It's called Free by Six. I was finna say Six Lack. It's called Free by Black. This is the song right here. Hopefully y'all like it. And then I'm entering the clip right here, real quick.
When God put your mother and father together, he put them two people together to produce you. You may have been a mistake to your mother and father. They may not have even intended for you to be here, but God did. See, God don't make mistakes. The whole purpose for your mother and father was to produce you. God wanted you.
Okay, so let me tell y'all why that was my clip of the week real quick. Because I've been listening to this book called The Purpose-Filled, I think it's called The Purpose-Filled Life. I think that's what it's called. That's a good book so far. I'm listening to the audiobook. I think I'm only like 45 minutes in, but it's freaking amazing already. So I heard that same statement in the book. And when I heard it in the book, it just blew my mind. I said, oh my goodness, this is literally like exactly what I needed to hear right now. And when I watched that clip and I heard Steve Harvey say, I said, Steve Harvey must have read this book. So I like that clip though, because it really helped me to, I feel like I already knew, but it really helped me to grasp the fact that I'm not here for no reason. I'm not here to use all my energy at someone else's, for someone else's pleasure. Actually, I haven't found my purpose yet, but I know that I have one, which is why I'm not going to put all of my energy into a location or a workplace that does not care for my well-being. So yeah, that's my little clip for today. Hope y'all liked it. So if y'all actually watch this video to the end, shout out to you, young one. All right. I'll see you on the next video.